Mame fa say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Honorable Habib.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't know what the minister responsible for communication and digital technology. I don't know why you are just behaving this way this morning. Is it the case that you didn't get the award or you couldn't pay for the award? Maybe if you couldn't pay for
Honorable Habib, we are commenting on the business statement. Please, time is far
the minister,
gone.
I don't know whether he didn't pay
Honorable
for the
Habib,
award.
time
Mr.
is
Speaker,
far gone.
I'll move to the entire.
Yes.
I'll comment on the statement. Okay, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Sammy, I don't know why. Whether you couldn't pay 50,000, why are you intimidating me? The Speaker have directed me. Let me work. Is it that you didn't have 50,000 to pay to get the award, and that's why you are not adjudged the best minister? I don't get it. And Mr.
Honorable
Speaker,
Habib,
you have been sitting here
don't
all the
push
time,
me.
Mr. Speaker.
With all due respect, don't push me in
Mr. Speaker,
asking you to resume your seat.
the leader of government business, I think, Mr. Speaker, even MPs, we were judged. What criteria? We don't know. The leader of government business should be able to know.
Honourable members, everything said by Habib up to this point is ordered to be expunged from the record.
Majority leader, and
I so direct.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, majority leader, last week and then the other week, there were comments from members to get the minister responsible for foreign affairs, even though I could see that the majority chief whip had a statement admitted on the xenophobic crisis in South Africa. You gave your word that we'll get the minister responsible for foreign affairs to brief us on this matter. And then if you could try your best, because I understand government is bringing the second batch of the migrants in there, or Ghanaian citizens. And then I also raised an issue that has to do with the World Cup. This morning, the Ghana High Commissioner to Canada, Ottawa, issued a statement to the effect that they want to gather Ghanaians who are living in Canada to be supporters to the World Cup match. You gave me the assurance that the minister responsible for sports could be arranged. And we are aware that the majority side, you were given two slots each for the World Cup. And then that one, nothing happened. They've been denied visas. Your members, they are not happy because they didn't even call some of their nominees.
Yes, majority leader.
There is pressure in their constituencies on this matter.
Honorable Habib, I recognize majority leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I urge you to direct that everything that he has said should be expunged from the records. Mr. Speaker, I don't think that the privileges that we enjoy in this chamber to speak freely should be abused the way that it is being abused. I think that we as leaders must set standards. We are free to speak, but don't get up and misrepresent things. I'm not sure that what you are saying can be proven in any way, and I believe that we shouldn't go in that direction. So, Mr. Speaker, I urge that it should all be expunged. In any case, Mr. Speaker, what has that got to do with the business statement that has been read? So even on the basis of relevance, such statements should not be made by a leader in this House. So I urge you, please, you can ask relevant questions relating to the statement that has been read. I will respond to the various issues raised that are relevant, in my opinion. And so, Mr. Speaker, let's expunge everything that he has said.
Yes, majority leader. He has raised an issue.
Yeah,
you want to respond to the issue?
No, he is responding to what I said. And if the majority leader, if it is the case that he doesn't want that to be discussed, that is fair. as a leader on the front bench, I will not just make a comment without having basis to that comment. So to say it should be expunged, if actually I'm misleading the House, or if what I'm saying I can't prove it or it's factually incorrect. At Botema, they are screaming them there. I have pictures, I have videos. So if you say we shouldn't discuss it, we shouldn't discuss it. That I will respect. But to say what I'm saying should be expunged, on what basis
Honorable
should that
Habib,
be expunged? And I said so because he was to program the sports minister to
over
brief
and
us.
over that we have the freedom to speak in this house, but sometimes certain things that we say can be a subject matter of privileges.
Mr. Speaker, I will move from that
and
direction.
hope
Mr.
that
Speaker,
I will not be driven to that.
Mr. Speaker, I'll move. Mr. Speaker, I'll move from that direction. But I still insist that this is not the first World Cup Ghana is participating, and at all given time, we have been briefed as a parliament by the minister. I think tomorrow or 2 days' time, in less than 48 hours, the tournament is starting. Nothing has been said. The president has spoken to this matter that there might not be government-sponsored program. We have asked for this more than 2 weeks for the minister to come here to brief us. Why is the minister responsible for youth and sports running away from parliament to brief us? Whilst his members are not happy with certain happening that happen in the country.
Can you humbly read
Mr. Speaker,
item number C on the business statement, page 1? Item number C on the business statement, page 1.
Mr. Speaker, it's a follow-up request I made to
I humbly ask you to read the item number C.
Mr. Speaker, I don't think I need to read this. What I do know is that I
will read. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Order 91-2, ministers of state may be permitted to make statements on government policy. You may also admit statement by honorable members in accordance with Order 93. So it means that, understanding Order 91-2, ministers will be permitted to come to the floor of this house to come and make statements. So just oppose this with what you are placing on record. That's why I want you to read it. This is from the business statement read to us.
Mr. Speaker, I have made a point, and I don't know if you could allow the majority leader. He is very capable. And what I am saying, at business committee meeting this morning, I preempted him. I told him about these matters before. At business committee meeting, you were not there, but he was there. And I told him about these matters that I'm raising on the floor. I raised it at business committee meeting this morning. So what I'm saying is that, Mr. Speaker, the minister owes us a duty to brief us as a Ghana preparation for the World Cup. We have not been briefed. The players are already in, they've already gone for the World Cup, and we have not been briefed. And you think that this is a matter we must not know? We are aware that government have procured 1,000 tickets from GFA. We are aware. And the ambassador have issued a statement saying that Ghanaians in the diaspora should write their names and get tickets for the matches. Who bought the tickets? How much is it costing the taxpayers? Over 2,000 people went to American embassy for visas.
So,
visa fee 185. Who is paying it?
You
Who
think
are those
what
people?
you are doing is a tool available for you?
I preempted him. I told him.
You think what you are doing is a tool available for you? Any other comment? Any other comment? Yes, Majority Leader.
Right Honorable Speaker, one of our colleagues drew our attention to an item in the schedule in page 8 of the list of referrals, the box 6, item 8 of that, mining lease agreement between the government of the Republic, represented by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, and Barari DV Ghana Limited for the mining of lithium and other minerals at Mankasim. So the honourable member says that the committee dealt with it and this House has disposed of the matter, and therefore it is wrong to keep capturing it. So if you can take that out of the list of referrals. Backlog of questions. I think our strategy is to have added an additional day, Mondays, dedicated to questions. Business committee made that recommendation, but it came up against stiff opposition on the basis that Mondays are when most MPs return from constituency visits. And so it might not be a convenient date for scheduling questions. So what we'll do is to load as many questions as possible per day and then have as many questions as possible answered. The Minister for Works Housing, I believe that, like I have always said, first and foremost, the tools available to us in this House is to ask urgent questions. If you really want a minister here on an urgent matter such as the issue of flooding, you can ask an urgent question. The decision of ministers to come and then brief the House is an entirely voluntary, exercise. The minister has to be interested in coming to brief the House. If the minister thinks that there's some policy issue that needs to be communicated to the House. If a minister doesn't think that there's any new policy issue that should be communicated to the House, and there's a situation and we want the minister in, we have to ask the minister a question, an urgent question, to draw the minister here to come and answer the question. Same with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I mean, we did discuss it and we did give an indication that it will be good for the minister if he's in town to brief us. I don't know if, as we speak today, whether he's in town or not. I have not checked. But I believe that if you have monitored the media space, you will see all the efforts that government has made to assist our nationals in South Africa to return. And that has been transparently done, openly done, and is being captured openly by our media houses. The Ministry of Sports and Recreation, I also want to indicate that it's up to the minister if he thinks there's any thing that he wants to come and brief us about, to come and brief us. And if you feel strongly that there's something that the minister must come and answer to, again, as I've indicated, we can always ask the ministers very urgent questions. And if we ask them, I'm sure they will come and answer those urgent questions. It is not fair sometimes on Fridays, now, today, Tuesday, when we make business statements, then we use the platform to make all sort of allegations, raise all sort of issues, clearly bypassing our standing orders and the rules of procedure of the House. That's why I urge the Honorable Habib to withdraw some of the things that he said. I'm not saying that he cannot say that people are being interviewed for visas and etc., but to accuse the minister of having allocated, slots and etc., I think that is really not appropriate for him to state in this chamber. That is the part that I have issue with. But as for the efforts being made, as for the issues that the Canadian High Commissioner has put out there, and the arrangements made to get Ghanaians who live in the US, in Canada, to attend the stadia, those have been subjects of public discussion. And indeed, the President himself had given a clear indication that it is more economical for us to invest in Ghanaians living in the US and Canada, because as you indicated, yesterday I was listening to CNN and I think BBC, and it was reported that a Somali referee who has been scheduled by FIFA to officiate at some of the matches was denied a visa by the US government. That is a referee who is officiating at a match at the World Bank, the World Cup, and the US government has refused to issue a visa. So the issuance of visas are not matters within the competence of our government to answer. So if you come and say that the Foreign Affairs Minister should come and brief you on matters like that, what is he going to come and tell you? To assure you that you must get visas when you apply for them? Or what do you expect the Foreign Affairs Minister to come and brief this House about? But like I've indicated, you can ask questions. When you ask questions, the ministers will come and answer if the Right Honourable Speaker admits those questions. So, Speaker, I believe I have responded to the issues raised by colleagues and urge the House to adopt the report so that the items indicated therein will constitute the business of the House for the fourth week.
Yes, Minority Leader. Very well. Honourable members, the business statement as presented is accordingly adopted. We move to the next item, that is questions time. Honourable members, the Minister responsible for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation is dutifully seated to provide answers to questions. I will then call upon Dr. Zaneto Ajiman Rollins to ask the question numbered 694.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations what measures the Ministry has put in place to ensure telecommunication companies provide quality services to consumers.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, improving the quality of service and quality of experience of the telecommunication sector has been the top priority of the Ministry since I assumed office as the Minister. Towards achieving this goal, the Ministry, through the regulator, has made additional spectrum available to mobile network operators to host more network capacity and improve service quality. Also, quality of service obligations of the MNOs have been revised, and there is a stricter monitoring and enforcement quality of service regime put in place. Additionally, the NCA has requested the support of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs to make land available through the MMDAs for the siting of telecommunication towers. Mr. Speaker, to overcome the indiscriminate destruction of fiber optic cables, Mr. Speaker, I need to seek guidance from him.
Just address me.
He's blocking me.
Please address me.
Mr. Speaker, to overcome the indiscriminate destruction of fiber optic cables, the proposed amendment of the NCA Act, which will come before this House, has made provisions for punitive actions against entities and individuals who destroy fiber optic infrastructure of telecom companies. But, Mr. Speaker, it's also very important that I put on the record that the network challenges we face as a result of almost 10 years of neglect in putting in the requisite infrastructure. And Mr. Speaker, I would use the biggest telecom company to put the records before the House. In 2016, under the NDC, MTN built 134 new sites. In 2017, they built 352 new sites. In 2018, they built 300 new sites. In 2019, 352 new sites. In 2020, 200 new sites. 2021, 120 new sites. 2022, 343 sites. 2023, 350 sites. In 2024, they built 30 sites. In 2025, 50 sites. Mr. Speaker, on the average, that is an average of 223 sites per year. But the growth in demand far outweighs that investment. Mr. Speaker, under this administration and this year, we've given a directive that an MTN is complying with 800 new sites compared to what has always happened. Telecel is doing 350 new sites. So we are hoping that by end of year, we'll have 1,150 new sites, which should improve the quality of work. Mr. Speaker, we're fixing a decay of 10 years. It will take some time, but we're hopeful that it will be fixed. Thank you.
Honorable Zanato, any supplementary question?
Yes, Honorable Speaker. Could the Minister shed some light on what accounted for the sharp decrease in the number of sites in 2024 and 2025?
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, from what is available to me, it was simply poor enforcement from the regulator at the time. The regulator now is on top of his job and ensuring that the telecom companies invest to match the growth in the network.
Yes, any further supplementary question?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Can the Minister perhaps give the House some timelines with regards to when these objectives will be achieved, and will he be willing to present to the House at the end of the year what the telcos have actually managed to do in respect to what the policy guidance is?
Yes, Minister, any timeline?
Right Honourable Speaker, the 800 sites that MTN is working on, a number of them have already started. Their site acquisitions have been done. A number of them have actually come up, and the regulator is working with them. The timelines that we've given ourselves at the ministry and the regulator with the network operators is by end of year. And so, Mr. Speaker, I can commit to come and report to the House before the House rises in December on the total number of sites, and we will break it down regionally and per constituency. The 800 sites that MTN is supposed to build will report to the House. But, Mr. Speaker, may I seek your guidance on a matter related to the questions? I received notice from Parliament in March to respond to some questions, and you remember I came here that day to answer the questions. Unfortunately, that's the day that the minority leader gave his famous proverb, and we couldn't answer the questions. I was scheduled to answer them yet last week. I was on official assignment. The majority leader made it known to the House that I was on official assignment. But, Mr. Speaker, my colleagues on the other side who asked the question took to the media and said that I had reneged on my responsibility as minister and ran away. Today, I have come to answer the questions. They have withdrawn the questions. Honorable Matuyundam is sitting in the chamber. He asked the question.
Honorable member,
Kabiru Tia went on social media.
Please, on today's order paper, 2 questions are slated for you. The previous ones would accordingly be programmed for you to come and answer.
Mr. Speaker, the reason I'm asking this is because
you need my guidance. That's why I'm saying that for today, 2 questions are programmed for you to come and answer, and that is the limit. The directive was to the effect that the questions that you were not available, we knew you travel outside the country to answer. We directed the clerk at table to reprogram the question for you to come and answer. Do you have any supplementary?
Mr. Speaker, I am just for avoidance.
Yes, that is my guidance.
I'm just wanting to understand that are the questions withdrawn or rescheduled?
Rescheduled. Questions are rescheduled.
Mr. Speaker, that's not the indication that has come to me. The indication that has come to me from the table office is that they've been redrawn.
Well, that information has not gotten to me. Any other supplementary question? Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, this morning at Business Committee meeting, the Honorable Habib informed me that they had withdrawn the question, not rescheduled the question. And the beef of the minister is that this same question, friends on the other side went on social media, on traditional media, accusing him of running away from answering the question. And the question was scheduled for this morning. And then he came to answer it only to see that that question has been withdrawn. And so I believe that it goes to the way that we as parliamentarians conduct ourselves. If you've asked a minister a question and then you go out there and accuse him of running away, he comes to answer the question, then you say you have withdrawn the question. That is what the minister is complaining about.
Majority Leader, the direction given was that the question should be rescheduled. The notice of withdrawal of those questions have not been communicated to me. So if before the withdrawal, certain statements are made in the social media, then the social media is available for you to. Do you have any more supplementary question? Honorable Zanato, you are done. Yes.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.